welcome. Happy Friday.
Hey, Ames, what's up?
How are y'all doing today?
Doing good, Amy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, Macho Man. We really appreciate you
I
being
came
our
back
guest
down
today.
from the great beyond just to be on this show. I heard you guys get ones of viewers, and I thought that's the perfect time to announce Macho Man's return.
I am so glad that you are with us today.
Get it together.
I'm trying.
Professionals
I'm
here.
trying just for you.
Just trying. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we're going to jump in and talk to you guys about some new stuff that we have been working on.
New
over
stuff
here.
is always good. Always like the new. Out with the old.
So, in case you guys are not familiar with a wonderful horror movie called Nightbreed, we are going to be
Nightbreed.
doing the Thumb Knives.
Classic film. One of Macho Man's favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about that film, Macho Man?
My favorite part about that film happens to be the thumb knives. That Paragon effects group is replicating beautifully. Look at them right here. Would have loved these back in the ring with Jake the Snake bringing out Damien. You never know with the snakes. The thumb knives would have made the Macho Man feel a little bit better about the whole situation. Yeah. Look at that box. The box is a work of art itself. Show it again so the whole world can see. Yeah.
We'll have Sean put up some decent pictures there, Macho Man.
Yeah. We also have those coming in very soon, correct?
Very soon. Yeah, get on the wait list. ParagonFXGroup.com. Go there.
Macho Man took the lead on this project, Amy, and I believe he knows exactly when these will be in. It's about
soon, very soon.
Can we be any more?
Macho Man doesn't work in absolutes. It's soon. Very soon.
Soon. All right.
Yeah.
But in reality, coming very soon, most
Very
likely
soon.
in May, early June.
Oh, yeah.
One of the fun parts about this project was that we actually have been able to get it done really quickly. Our factory was able to rock this out pretty easily. So it's been
This was a fun project, right? It came together really fast.
Yeah,
really fast.
did.
Very quick.
No complaints.
None at all. All smooth sailing. Yeah.
Ryan, would you like to add in?
The prop world is very much like a cup of coffee. And you take the coffee and you put the cream in, and some cream falls, and some cream rises to the top. And Paragon Effects Group rose to the top with the Thumb Knife Project.
Well,
I have nothing to add to that whatsoever.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Macho Man has crystallized my thoughts eloquently.
The Macho Man is a man of few but intelligent words. Yeah.
Well, Macho Man, can we also talk about another project that we've done that I know you worked on quite extensively with us?
I would
The
love
Lost
to.
Boys bottle.
Oh, the Lost Boy, greatest movie of the 80s, and this bottle. This bottle is exquisite. Look at the details. Oh, everything is there. Oh, I could just drink out of it right now if it was full. Just fill it with Slim Jims. It'd be fantastic. No detail left. Touched. Even down to the missing gems.
That was my next
Seen
question.
on the original.
Yes,
The original,
why
it's
is the
on
gem
replica.
missing?
Because it's off the original. And if it's not there, it's not here. That's all Macho has to say about that one.
Yeah,
I
Amy,
actually
this
think
was
that would be a perfect quote. If it's not there on the original, it's not there.
And it's not here. Then it doesn't belong here.
so Amy, we were working on this one before you came on board.
Yes.
I mean, we were
Long time coming.
2 years.
Long time.
And
2 long years.
2
Longer
long
than
years.
I held the Intercontinental Championship belt. Yeah.
Wow. So what made this project difficult or challenging?
Everything about it. This was no. It. Tyler and I both like. I'm sorry, Macho Man and I both really love Lost Boys, as you do, Amy. And uh, when we set out to do it, there was just a couple of things we knew coming out of the gate that we weren't going to do. We weren't going to make it in resin. We didn't want it to be plastic. So first we start trying to source that bottle. The exact shape and contours. The easy stuff that we'll build the prop around. And we actually did source. I mean, if it's not the exact same thing, it was so damn close. But of course, you know what happened after that. So we find this thing, we get them over to China, and we've got it all worked out. And then I guess we found them too late. There was a shortage in the bottles, so we ended up ultimately having to manufacture them. So yeah, we had to make glass bottles, and that was fun. And then we started to build the prop around it. Interestingly, there's good solid reference in the DVD, in the 4K. The bottle is at, if not one of the bottles, the bottle is actually at Warner Brothers. The problem was accessing it during COVID, and them being able to find it. It was
not sure where it was.
It probably still lives.
I still believe, yeah.
Amongst yes, I still believe it still lives around a bunch of urns and bottles, and I'm just not going to be able to complete a thought with this going on. So there you go. You have to drag me through every question because I'm trying not to look at Macho Man, so I can discuss
hard
it.
not to look. Hard to gaze away.
Macho he is a powerful and attractive man. Yes,
that is presented right here. Miss Elizabeth would agree with you. Yeah, Macho's attractive.
We were incredibly fortunate that our factory could make those bottles for us.
Very fortunate. Good luck
it
there.
was.
Yeah. So on the bottle, let me try to just block Tyler from my periphery vision here. Anyway, so on the bottle, when we started building everything out, like I said, there was no getting to the one that we believe is the one that was in the archives. Just a couple of distant shots of it, was pretty much all we could get to. But between that and what we were able to, pilfer elsewhere, we were able to start getting the general design down. And every single little facet, every little jewel holder and so forth, we had to recreate because everything on here is in fact metal, but for the faux jewels. But, this is metal and metal and metal and so forth, all the little settings and Ripley's and color and everything else down to the bottom. But therein, came some of the challenges, getting the studio dialed in. And as we've talked about before, we get passes whenever we do runs where the studio, all right, is this what you want? And I keep saying studios, the factory will say, is this what you want? And we're like, okay, close, but let's change this. And then we'll go through that multiple times. Sometimes you can nail it in 1 or 2 times as far as passes go. And that's what happened with the Nightbreed, thumb knives. I mean, we were done with that super quick. Just like some of our other projects, we were just dialed in, going in, and everything just came off, no issues. This one a little bit different. It was pass after pass after pass.
Lots of passes.
I lost count. And then it came down to finish work.
Some were soaring with the eagles and some were slithering with the snakes. But the end result. Yeah.
Macho Man, would you like to talk about some of the some of your 3D efforts that went into
so too many to talk about in this short amount of time, Rylan. It was a lot of 3D work, a lot of sculpting of greeblies and sculpting of gems. Sometimes sculpting of bottles. But it all came together for this magnificent piece. Worth every revision.
And then
Certain in life is that nothing is certain, except how awesome this piece turned out. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Indeed. Well, I think that about wraps that one up, Amy. After the bottle was done and we got through all our passes and the finishes and all that, then it came, how are we gonna ship it? How are we gonna package it? And if anybody, if you've got one of these, you already know that it's pat like the old high school or the science fair egg drop. It's going to survive.
Fragile.
Drop this thing from a plane probably, and it's going to survive in all that padding that's in there. But
well packed, yeah, get in there.
All right, Tyler, you can have the freaking Blade Runner gun. Stop now. You want to stop? I give. I can't concentrate. Just please stop. So we could do this, because I fear none of this is usable for the 6 people that are watching this thing.
All 6. Follow my Instagram.
There's like 6 people who watch these, and it would be nice if we could get to 7. But there's no way I'm going to make it. I can't.
Tyler, be right back.
This.
Let me go get him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, bro, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey, been, dude.
Good.
Hey, girl.
A little late today, right?
Right? I know. Are we going to record a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the intro. Let's start it off.
Let's do a complete do-over of everything that just happened. So for anybody who doesn't know, we talked about this in the last video. I just keep forgetting to send Tyler his Blade Runner gun, his hero Blade Runner gun. And anyway, I made a deal with him that if he actually made it through this in character, that I'd send him one. So you win. You get your hero Blade Runner gun. And be in the cool
exciting day.
You can hang in the treehouse with me and Amy now. Okay. No, you're not Macho Man anymore. You quit.
He's gone.
He's gone. All right. Good. Anyway, did we miss anything on the thumb knives? Because I was having a hard time keeping that together.
No. Good studio support. Everything went really, really well. Easy. Great people to work with. Fun in and out project. Just it's rare, but when it happens, we cherish it. And that was one of those.
It's a win. It's a beautiful win.
A big win. And the Lost Boys bottle, granted, with all of its not errors, but all of its revisions and back and forth, is very, very cool. We took this to a horror con, and of everything we had at the table, that's the one thing that got the most response. In fact, they were doing a mini Lost Boys reunion panel, and the hostess even came by our booth asking if she could bring it up on stage. We actually have the pictures on our Instagram, but maybe we can throw it up again here. But she actually took it up on stage with the actors, had them pose with it afterwards. They were all super impressed by it. So it's a good piece. I'm very proud to have my name associated with that one.
Yeah, and it takes on a bit of a different feel. We don't show it as much as we should. I had cranberry juice in mine in the office forever until it started to grow new forms of life on the sides of it. But I keep thinking about getting some of the. We've all talked about it, getting a little bit of that fake blood off Amazon, and just seeing how well it keeps in the bottle, because it does take on a really cool look when it's actually got something setting behind. All the.
We've filled it with red wine and things before to see how it looks, and it does. It looks cool.
Yeah, and I put a couple pictures online of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been several people who have shared their photos on Facebook and Instagram with us. My personal favorite was somebody actually used red food coloring and Kiro syrup and filled up their bottle with the intention that you could actually see it move like blood. It had that little viscous quality to it.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the old stage blood recipe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But it did work out really well. It's fun to see what people have decided to put in it and how they choose to kind of show that blood in there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sitting here thinking about what I want to do with this one.
Yeah, mine
Should
generally
be
just lives behind me. In fact, it's probably been in every one of our videos if you look carefully. Usually just lives on the shelf back there next to my
yeah,
Lost
mine's
Boys comic book
back here. You never
replica.
can see. You never can see the. I got a bunch of junk back here, but anyway. Um, yeah, I'm completely distracted. I'm traumatized. I'm just not going to get over the beginning of this video. So
This is going to be our most popular video.
this is
Yeah.
going to be our shortest video because
We'll probably
I'm
get
just-
at least 18 views.
we might
Well,
I mean-
guys, well, I have faith. We are going to break 20.
really.
We may get 20 views into the tens of views.
I'm totally texting you guys, later tonight, like 2 a.m. You're just going to see this straight text, and it's going to be like, "Dude, we did it. We cracked 15 views."
Or we're gonna send it out and it's gonna be like 11,000 views.
It's so funny what gets viewed. I was looking at that the Blade Runner water gun paint up that we did yesterday, before yesterday, and it's just like 30 seconds or something like that. It gets more views than these get. Probably because we're not talking in it. We're just people are like, just show your crap and move on. I will put up the video of the.
Since we've talked about the blood bottle today, do we want to address the numbering, since it's come up in Sean Clark's video and a couple of different people have asked us in customer service?
WorldCon water gun, guys. We're gonna talk about that later too. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a water gun. Come on, squirt.
The numbering
Anyway.
thing, we kind of just, I think we've talked about our take on numbering sometimes before. We just prefer, I mean, it's an edition size. It's, on occasion, we will do individual numbering, but every minute of labor that goes into these things is a higher retail on the other end. And so we figured sometimes with things, just the edition size to keep a good retail. I think more people appreciate being able to get the prop for a better price versus a number on a certificate. And we know that everyone has their own collecting style. And so we're trying to kind of evolve and figure out what makes the most sense for everyone. But that's just why. That's really the answer. It's not there's no conspiracy theory behind it. We just, if you look at a lot of our pieces, we just say addition of, addition of, addition of.
Or one of 3,500.
Or yeah, one of 350, one of 700, one of whatever.
Yeah.
And so,
like
that's it, long and short.
It really is. I'm trying to. We've talked about this in a couple of videos that we didn't actually publish. They were such train wrecks. I mean, I know we've talked about it a little bit on some of the ones that made it, but I don't think people appreciate how many of these just aren't usable. Like when I'm like, hey, this is never going to be seen. Most of the time they don't get seen. They're so bad because none of us have a governor. But yeah, the Nightbreed piece, I know Sean's already popped pictures up, but the addition will be written in right here. And that was just a simple matter of the factory was cooperative. And
they're available to do it. It wasn't going to crank up our in price too much. So it was like,
it would have been the difference between $99 and $104.99. So what, of course we want to nail $99, on something like that. But on larger items like the Hero Blade Runner gun or the really ornate pieces like the back grapnel, that sort of thing, those are costing us so much money to manufacture. We're able to lean into the factory a little bit more and say, all right, your quote's okay, but do this. And usually it comes down to just that. How far can we negotiate out a certificate? And does it make sense? On super small, of course, it doesn't make sense on something like a $24 Jurassic Park map. It says on the back it's scanned from an original map, and that's good enough. That's one of the few things that we have that's actually an open edition. Something like the Dead newspaper. It's just a few hundred pieces. It is what it is. It's a $30 piece. But yeah, we get it. You get up into spending a little bit of cash, and that's when people seem to start asking about certificates. And we've talked about it before. Tyler and I throw our displays away. We're not certificates. Are you, Amy? Do you keep yours? Do you keep your certificates?
I mean, I keep nothing. I don't keep packaging. I don't keep anything. I toss it and just display the piece. So that's like my collecting style.
I thought I put my Ruby Slippers COA back there, but I bet I left it in the box. Generally, I do. I actually leave my COAs kind of back in my cabinets, but I don't always keep them with the pieces. Like the Batman is still in the box. The Blade Runner is still in the box, but I'm displaying them kind of in their boxes right now because I don't have stands yet to put them on. So.
I suppose I should rephrase that. I'm not interested in keeping anybody else's packaging or certificates, but of course you should hang on to Paragon certificates and packaging. Of course you could. You should, due to the limited numbers and the just the high collectability nature of everything we do, of course.
Some of the pieces that I've had from other places and private collections and stuff like that. I mean, I do keep some of my COAs, but I don't generally actually display them with anything unless it's just super convenient to like stick it under something. Yeah.
And we've talked about that before on displays and such, like the Lost Boys bottle. Sure, if it was, if you were to take that back to something like, I was trying to think of a company that would have actually stuck it in an acrylic case. For why to throw another $125 on the retail? That's the thing we try to avoid, because not only does it boost the SRP on this, the box becomes enormous, and
the box is bigger, and I don't even know how many people have their own ideas of how they want to display things. So then someone's potentially paying another $100 for a display they don't even want.
Yeah,
right. And we've talked about that. If it makes sense to put a display in there, like the
the demon. Yeah, we're gonna say the same thing. Yeah. Demon killing knife.
Yeah, of course, we're not just gonna lay it on your shelf. It needs a little something to hold it up. It makes sense. But like the Lost Boys bottle, people are going to stick that in a DTOF or any number of different display cases or out on their desk or whatever. Most of the time, people want to take up as little amount of real estate as possible, and so stuff like that, we don't overdo it, and we can help it, but we want it to make sense. Sorry, I'm still completely brain scrambled from the whole Macho Man thing because I'm just looking at Macho Man under Tyler's thing there, and it's like, I can't.
Powerful guest.
Was a powerful guest. I was moved, and
there's a lot of wisdom dropped. I feel
he's wise and sage. Yes,
I think we're all a little better and smarter for having experienced that.
I believe so,
and you, the viewer, are too.
Me?
All 7 of you.
Oh, as in the royal all of you.
All of you. Globally.
Anyway, Amy, you got anything else? We should probably put us out of our misery here.
All right. Well, perfect. I guess tune in next time and see what kind of other special guests we bring on to these guys. And thanks for putting up with us. Happy Friday, guys.